Hi, I'm Jewel, and you're at shape.com. Being on the cover of Shape magazine for me, I guess, is sort of a milestone. If you told me 10 years ago I'd be on the cover of a fitness magazine, I would have said no way. I wrote a blog that was on the boot about sort of a time when I was a little overweight on the road and people were making fun of me saying I was the fat Renee Zellweger. It didn't make me happy. I didn't even really like looking at myself, but I made a commitment at least to be myself, and that's a big step. I tend to eat well and exercise. My husband's one of those people that just is gifted and fit no matter what he does. I'm kind of the opposite. I really watch what I eat. I try and eat a lot of fresh vegetables. I'm really into the alkaline pH balance of your body. I like to make virgin mojitos, so just club soda with like a natural sweetener like stevia and then crushed mint and lime juice, and it's really good. I've struggled with my health for pretty much my whole life. When I was 16, I started developing really bad kidney infections, and it's persisted almost my entire life. And so I've had to do a lot to keep myself in balance. I'm not one of those people that kind of just has an iron constitution and can kind of get away with anything. As well as, being a young girl, I was moved out when I was 15. There's a lot of pressure, and then being in an entertainment industry at a young age, I saw a lot of bulimic, I saw a lot of anorexics, and just a lot of people with bad body image, in my industry. And I struggled with the same thing. I was overweight, but at the same time, I didn't want to do anything that did harm to myself. There's a great gym in town, and I go there quite a lot, but lately I've really been enjoying going over to our friend Jim Sharp's house. He's a 2-time world champion bull rider, and he's very fit. And they started really getting into cardio 3 days a week, which is primarily for myself. I just need a lot of cardio and things that handle my own body weight, not lifting weights for me. And so we started just doing little videotapes together. He has a shed in the back of his house that he's converted to like a little makeshift workout room, and I'm the only girl and it's all cowboys. I like kind of a leaner muscle. I get big actually easily. I probably would have made a bodybuilder or something. I guess because I'm a Gemini, I really have two very distinct but integrated sides. I've tried to really retain my sensitivity and my optimism, but I did move out when I was 15 and I did live on the street, and so I'm also pretty tough and you have to look after yourself, and I'm very cautious. And it seems like those two things couldn't exist together, but they do. And I think a lot of women walk that line where you have to be very strong and very dynamic and yet really yielding. My childhood was difficult, and it caused me at a pretty young age to figure out how to find my own internal compass. And once I found that and I stopped feeling so lost, I never wanted to let it go. So when I did become successful and famous, my desire to stay close and true to myself never changed. To me, that's the most important thing. I think writing's been one of the best tools for me. I really can keep track of myself and what I'm feeling when I can see it and read it back. I think it's a great tool for anybody to write. I tour in a really different way than most people. I don't ever take a day off. So most people will do 2 shows, night off, 3 shows, 2 nights off. I do 20 or 21 shows in a row with no nights off. Like I sing every single night. Like doing a marathon, like you get very tired, and so me and my whole crew are actually really healthy. We get up and we exercise, we eat really good. I probably eat better on the road than I do anywhere else. I think it's important to know what your goals are. I think there's 2 reasons to do my job. One is because you love it and you pursue excellence. And then where it takes you is an adventure. And the other reason to do it is because you want to be famous. And then I think the art or whatever you're doing just becomes a vehicle to be famous. And that's a very different path. Both are fine, Both are great and can make you happy. But knowing which one you're seeking is very important, because you're going to make about 50 decisions every day that will either lend itself to fame or hopefully lend itself to craft.